Hello and welcome back to a new video. You read the title correctly. As a beginning entrepreneur, I made a lot of mistakes. And so I'm going to explain to you the 5 biggest mistakes I made so that you don't have to make them for yourself. And by doing so, my hope is that you will save a lot of lost time and wasted energy. I do believe that you'll be able to take some lessons from each of these mistakes, but the last 2 are probably the most important. Now, of course, I can't go back in time, but you can save yourself from the future heartache of these mistakes. So let's get into it. Mistake number 1. When I started off my journey, I was so tempted by all the other business models that were out there. And I was giving in to shiny object syndrome. I'm sure you've heard the term before, but it's essentially where you see every new business opportunity, every new business model as the next big thing, as the thing that you have to get in on right now or you're going to miss out. And this is a marketer's dream, right? Because if we can market something to someone as the best new shiny opportunity that there's ever been, of course people will want to see what that's all about. So when I started my agency, and even when it started to get some success, and we started getting a couple clients in the door, I was still looking at, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, e-commerce, and all the other things that I'd seen online. A lot of them I'd already tried and failed at, but they'd been remarketed to me as the brand new way. So when you get started on this journey, or if you have already started, just know that this is going to happen. You're going to see these distractions, and just remember to stay in your lane. If you're not making 6 figures from your current business, there's no point starting a second one. There's so much room, so much potential in your current business, and starting a second business is now going to cause you to probably slip up and make less with your first business, because now you have to split your energy across the 2 different businesses. Mistake number 2 was my lack of consistency. Now, I do believe that, I'm a pretty consistent person with most things that I start, but as a human, I'm not perfect. One day I would work, 10, 12 hours. Super dedicated, super focused, really productive. The next day, I might only work for 2 hours. And then on the days where business was going really bad, right? Like we're not getting any calls booked, I'm not signing any new clients, and I'm really not seeing any growth in the business, I might not even work at all. And on those days, I'll be honest, I was almost scared to look at my business, and I just kind of thought out of sight, out of mind. But realistically, that is something that is just going to catch up with you, and it's going to catch you out. So when you're starting, you've got to dedicate yourself, you've got to make sure that you're going to stay consistent, because even with the students that I mentor, we can give you everything, right? We can give you scripts, contracts, templates, plug and play, this and that, but it's what you do with that that really counts. So if you're not staying consistent, you're not really going to get the results that you want to get. Mistake number 3 was basically me being addicted to social media, watching YouTube, and playing video games. Now, when I started my agency, I was out of the video game stage, but I was still spending quite a bit of time on social media and also on YouTube, which of course was good, right? I was learning things, I was seeing, content from other people who had agencies, and that would inspire me a lot, but I spent way too much time watching, and I did not spend enough time doing. But I do remember my first couple of ventures, I would still play video games for quite a few hours each day, and really, yes, it was a fun time, yes, I wouldn't completely take it back, but I do know it did hold me back quite a lot. So if you're spending, 30 minutes or 68 minutes, a full hour every single day on social media, you have to ask yourself the question, right? Is this fun? Okay, maybe. But does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel good after you've done the task, right, and you've gone to bed? And 2, is it going to actually push you forward? Is it going to build the life that you want to build? And if the answer to any of those is no, you know what to do. Mistake number 4 was really just my lack of gratitude, lack of being grateful for what I actually had. Because often, look, when you start a business, you are consistently thinking about the next step, right? You're thinking about, you'll be happy once you get 3K a month. You'll be happy then when you get 5K a month. And, believe it or not, but that keeps going, right? So, the goalpost keeps shifting. So if you do not ground yourself and be grateful for what you have right now in this current moment, you're probably not going to be grateful when you hit 5 or 10K a month. For me, like coming from a stable home, like a good family background, and, being able to go to school, like that's something to be grateful for. The things you're going to be grateful for might be slightly different, but both of them really do matter. And mistake number 5, this is by far the biggest mistake, was really just being afraid of failure. And I know if you're watching this video, I'm sure you've had these thoughts, you know, what will your friends think? What will your parents think? What will the random person that you don't even know, who's not even a friend, but maybe goes to your school or your college or is in the same job as you, what will they think if you don't get results? What will they think if you fail? I know I've had those thoughts, you've probably had them as well. But once I, understood that, I embraced it. Like, I've failed at so many things before I've gotten, to a decent level with my marketing agency. And failure is necessary. It's cliche, but it's true. You have to fail 10 times to win once. The biggest realization I had, with this complete fear of failure was how pointless it was, right? Like, you really have to ask yourself, you're saying to yourself, hey, if I fail, this person is going to be so embarrassed of me, they're going to be so not proud, or whatever term it is you want to use. Even if that is the case, like, why would you care if that person is not supportive? Simply put, like, if someone is not going to support you if you fail at something, because everybody fails at something, like, why would you even care for their opinion? And I get it, I've been there as well, but just ask yourself that question. So do I wish I could go back in time and, potentially take away all these mistakes? No, I actually don't. And the reason being is that, you learn from all of the mistakes you make. And from all these things that I did that I probably shouldn't have done, I've learned a lot. And I can now give you advice on them because I know I went through them myself. But because you're hearing them from me and you know that they were mistakes for me, you probably should try and not make them become your reality. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. Really does help with the views that we get on my channel, and every person who stays to the end actually helps get this video out to more people, so I do really appreciate you. If you got any value from this video, please do drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in the next video.